secondly, obviously there was a fireman situation for you last year. You started some, you relieved some. What do you anticipate your role being this year?
I honestly have no idea now. I mean, it's just kind of taking it day by day, just winning the day. I think that's kind of been my whole thing this whole winter. I've just been trying to get better every single day, and then the roles they'll take care of themselves. The coaches will make their decisions. I'll let that decision be their decision. For me, it's just about going out and getting better every single day.
Robbie?
You've been with Coach Parker now for a few months. I mean, what's the differences you see in how he utilizes you guys and works with you guys individually?
I think it's the ability for us to go into a bullpen and he can work with both pitchers throwing at the same time. We'll have two guys throwing at once, and it's really nice for him to be able to work with both guys. And he sees little things that you may not feel when you're throwing, and he kind of helps you slow yourself down, realize you got to make an adjustment somewhere, and then he kind of shows you how to do that, which is a big thing for me. Is being able to see that and then kind of feeling what he shows me kind of helps me get better. So I think it's just his ability to kind of work you through the process of getting better is very good.
Steve?
One of the things that I heard in the fall is that he was curious how you threw as hard as you did without making some fine-tune adjustments to your mechanics. And so now that you've made those adjustments, have you seen an increase in velo? And in addition to that, maybe how do you feel now on the mound?
Yeah, so for me it was like the fall was kind of fighting. I wasn't fighting, but I guess unconsciously my body was fighting what he was teaching just in game. I would do it in drill work. I'd kind of get better every day in drill work, and then kind of made it muscle memory, as you call it. And it's just the process of being kind of getting through the process of the rough patches where you're not feeling right. And then now in the spring, I've never felt this good on the mound. I've never felt like so smooth, just the ability to move smooth down the mound. I think that will translate to maybe velocity, but for me, I'm really focused this year on just command of the fastball, but also the off speed. That'll be a big piece for me this year.
Doug?
Nate, in the fall, we talked about, you mentioned a couple things that Coach Parker had done for you, some subtle things in your form and your delivery. Then I've seen you talk about some of your new pitches. So can you kind of just give us a little idea of how 23 Nate Dohm compares to 24 Nate Dohm?
Yeah, so I was talking to my dad, and I always look at myself last year. I'm like, man, I sucked last year. Like, that's just how I look at it. And for me, like this year, it's just the difference of being able to throw off speed. I think last year I struggled at times at throwing off speed when I needed to, and that was a huge thing that Coach Parker put a big emphasis on. The second we got to campus this summer, and then in through the fall, it was just we got to get better with the off speed. So for me, it's just the ability to throw 3 off speed pitches with my fastball, and then mixing in a secondary fastball in there as well, with a little more drop and run to it.
Steve?
Coach Cheese and Lamonis retooled the catcher room a little bit. So as a guy that throws to those receivers, what are your thoughts about the room, and what kind of confidence level do you have in that group?
Yeah, that's they've been putting in a ton of work every single day. It's really cool to watch. It's really fun to look at that group get better as a group. I think you look at where they were in the fall, and then you look at them now, it's like they're just night and day better. It just gives you a lot of confidence throwing to them. It's really nice to be able to throw a bullpen, and then they'll have a little bit of input. You can have a little dialogue back and forth about what you need from each other, and what both of you guys need to work at. Like myself and the catcher included, just being able to kind of have a dialogue about what needs to be a little bit better by both of us. So I think it's just the ability to kind of to get each other better in a way.
Cam?
Stone was kind of talking about how he felt maybe last year's pitching staff just had a bit of a confidence issue at times. Do you feel like, personally and as a staff, that the confidence is y'all's confidence is higher this year? And if so, where does that higher confidence come from?
I think this confidence comes from the ability to, I would say, all right, so preparation, I've always been big on prep. Being the most prepared, you're the most confident. That's how I've always been. I feel like as a pitching staff, we're just very prepared this year, and that leads to us being very confident. I'd say I think this year as a whole, I think we're going into this season very, very confident, very happy about where we're at. Still more work to be done, still a few weeks left, but it's just about taking every day to prepare for the season. And once we get out there, I mean, the preparation is gonna, it's whoever's most prepared is gonna win, and that's how I've always kind of attacked it.